ਸਿਟੀ ਆਫ ਬ੍ਰੈਂਪਟਨ ਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਅੱਜ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਕਾਨਫਰੰਸ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੁੱਖ ਮੁੱਦਾ ਇਹ ਉਠਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਪੀਲ ਰੀਜਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਐਕਸਪਲੋਇਟ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਫੈਡਰਲ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਵੇ ਅਤੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਿੰਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਵੇ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਪਾਸੇ ਵੱਲ ਧਿਆਨ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਤੇ ਰਾਈਟਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਫੀਮੇਲ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਗੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਪੱਖ ਰੱਖਣ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਜੇਕਰ ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੀ ਐਕਸਪਲੋਇਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਲੰਘ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਅੱਗੇ ਆਉਣ ਆਪਣੇ ਰਾਈਟਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਣਨ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬ੍ਰੈਂਪਟਨ ਸਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਰਿਪਰੈਜ਼ੈਂਟੇਟਿਵਸ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ।
Today the city of Brampton is saying very clearly we want to zone in on this cancer within our society and our country to combat human trafficking. It happens in plain sight. And obviously here in Peel region we are more vulnerable. You know, with the international airport, with major highways, the intermodal hub, you know, we are at a nexus point for this cancer within our society. Today's motion by Councillor Santos, supported very vocally by Councillor Brar, who has now joined us, is really a call for systemic change. Brampton will continue to do everything within our power to protect international students, but we cannot solve this issue alone. It's time for our federal and provincial partners to work with us to act to combat human trafficking in Peel region. Together we can stop exploitation.
Today's resolution calls on the federal government to support the development of a culturally sensitive pilot program, a hub, designed to provide comprehensive wraparound support for international students. From settlement and housing assistance to mental health and trafficking support, this hub will offer the services they need to feel safe and secure in an environment that respects the cultural needs. Brampton cannot do this alone. We are only reacting to this inherited problem, and it's time for those with the jurisdiction to do something meaningful. We're asking the federal and provincial governments to review their policies and the consequences that they have on vulnerable international students. For example, the current restrictions on work hours push international students into unsafe, illegal employment, putting them at greater risk of exploitation. We also need stronger protections against deportation threats, particularly for those coerced into sex work. Today we stand united in denouncing the exploitation and trafficking of international students, particularly the young women who come here with dreams of a better future only to be met with unimaginable hardship. This exploitation is unacceptable in Brampton and in our country, and it must end. Brampton, as always, with our incredible diversity and strength, is uniquely positioned to find solutions that reflect the heart and resilience of our community.
So today is about the motion that I brought forward at Council in follow-up to the issues that sprung up in September regarding the ads that are being posted on social media calling for friends with benefits from landlords looking in exchange of rent. So free rent, friends with benefits. A lot of residents in our community have been asking us, okay, Brampton, what are you doing about it? And so today I wanted to make sure that we summarized all the work, including the International Student Charter, the International Student Collaborative, Anti-Human Sex Strategy, Peel Regional Police, City of Brampton, all the work that we're doing locally to deal with this issue, even though it is outside of our jurisdiction, outside of our powers, and outside of our financial resources to pay for. We are reacting to the consequences of a problem that we've inherited from the federal and provincial government with respect to their legislation on student visas, student visa requirements, immigration policies, as well as, you know, from the province side, colleges and universities. We need to do a better job. They need to do a better job at understanding the consequences that we are feeling in our community. Yeah, 100%. So back in 2021, when the city of Brampton started noticing a peak in the number of international students coming into our city, we passed various motions, created a roundtable, a summit of over 200 stakeholders, including international students, to develop the International Student Experience Charter for the city of Brampton. Various partners, including Algoma University, Sheridan College, Trios College, various social agencies, Region of Peel, all signed on to that charter, making a commitment to improve the quality of life for international students in Brampton. We're now calling on the federal and provincial government to sign that charter, other institutions outside of Brampton to sign that charter, and join us in our work to help prevent the exploitation of international students? It would be from each and every single community. If you look at the statistics from the IRRC, the majority of the international students, 1 million of them in 2023, coming abroad, the majority of them are from India and China. And certainly in the city of Brampton, the majority of that population is from India. And they are rightfully so choosing the great city of Brampton to live here, not just study here, but to live here. And so I think that at the end of the day, we need to make sure that these international students are supported appropriately. It's not just one community, and it's not just in Brampton, it's prevalent everywhere. It's just more felt here in Brampton.
ਇਹ ਆਈਡੀਆ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਆਇਆ ਸੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਰਨ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ LRS, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਹਾਇਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਦੇ ਟੇਕ ਕੇਅਰ ਆਫ ਅਦਰ ਲੇਡੀਜ਼, ਇਟਸ ਲੇਡੀਜ਼ ਓਨਲੀ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ। ਐਂਡ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਹਾਇਰ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗੀ ਸੀਗੀ, ਐਂਡ ਦੇ ਵੁੱਡ ਕਮ ਐਂਡ ਟੈਲ ਮੀ ਦੈਮਸੈਲਵਸ ਦੈਟ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦੀਦੀ how they're being treated in their own community in Brampton. They worked in factories, never got paid. They mentioned stories about when they went to go to find a place to even live. And if they didn't have enough money for rent, they were offered to share a room with them instead of if they can't pay for rent. So these girls are being exploited on many ways. I've even heard stories that the girls are willing to sell themselves for a bag of milk. So it is a huge problem. And why we did this movie was, first of all, I wanted to help them. I have daughters myself. And we thought about, do we employ more people to help them? Do we open up an organization? What do we do? So then the easiest way was movies, because movies is to create awareness. It's the only way we can get to the mass public. It's the only way we can get the message to all levels of intellect and audience. And most importantly, we do want to dub this in Punjabi and Hindi. So where the kids are coming from back home, from India, the parents there can watch this. And just by watching the trailer, a lot of parents are even calling in watching the trailer in India. A lot of parents are calling into their kids and saying, are you okay? Are you into this kind of act? Is anybody else in this? So we're so happy and thankful that the parents are already making those kind of calls to their kids and asking them, what are they doing abroad? And do they want to come back home? And I really hope and pray that through this, even the government of India puts an infrastructure in place that says, you know what, these kids have been violated. Now it's our responsibility to take care of our citizens and take care of them. And what Government of Canada is doing, I am very impressed. I am happy that City of Brampton and Councillor Santos and Patrick Mayor Brown, they're doing their due diligence. They have passed beautiful motion to help these individuals, and they are doing what any other municipality couldn't even imagine. They're even going beyond their municipal duties and doing something that you would expect from provincial and federal governments to do. So hats off to them to ensure that City of Brampton is good and a good community and it's clean and helps many kids.
ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਹੋਮਵਰਕ ਕਰੋ ਬਿਫੋਰ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਭੇਜਣ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰੋ। ਇੱਥੇ ਜੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਲੇਨ ਦੀ ਟਿਕਟ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਭੇਜਤਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਡਿਊਟੀ ਬਣਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਦੋਂ ਬੱਚੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਟੇਕ ਕੇਅਰ ਕਰਨਾ।
Well, today was unanimously at council. We passed a motion on calling on our federal and provincial partners to join us and to provide the support we need to address the issue of human trafficking. As Councillor Santos, who's been the leader, and Mayor Brown have led the charge on this issue. I, for example, have Sheridan College in my area, so acutely I've been hearing always the issues around human trafficking. People in the community share it with me. People in the South Asian community, people always address College Plaza as an area that possibly has this type of situation. We've always shared it with Peel Police, and I think today was the City Council saying that we need really help from our federal and provincial partners, work with us to try to improve the situation. We won't be able to eradicate it, but certainly we can send a signal and send a message to those who want to partake in this type of criminal activity that this won't be accepted in our community in Brampton.
So any message to the international students who are living here in Brampton?
Please come forward to, first of all, Peel Police is the appropriate where you want to call, and certainly 911 is probably the most appropriate, especially if you feel that you're in danger, that there's a safe space. But that message has to be out there. Their message has to get out to the community in a way which they feel that they're comfortable and that they're protected, and that they won't be deported back to where they come from. And they need to know that they can come forward, because it's the dealing with those who are partaking in this activity is that we have to get at.